Hey there, welcome to my channel, She Talks Systems. My name is Nicola Melinda and I am your host of the She Talks Systems community. If you are new here, a very warm welcome. This video is going to be walking you through the new ClickUp Whiteboard feature. If you haven't discovered this new feature as yet, ClickUp announced that they are releasing a beta feature which is called their whiteboard view. So if you are in love with process mapping, or you want to find a way to work more collaboratively with your team, with your clients, brain dump ideas and all of that good stuff, then this is probably going to be a feature that will actually benefit you quite a bit. So inside of my own agency, we do a lot of workflow mapping and process mapping with clients. So I have not yet used this with clients, but I'm going to go through this video and just see how it works, see how the features are, and just get a feel for it. So you guys are going to come on this journey with me in real time. We're going to go through this together and see how it looks, how it feels, if I think this is a great addition, or are we just pushing the boat out a little bit? That's going to be decided on this video. If you're new to my channel, it's a warm welcome from me. Be sure to hit subscribe, drop a comment below and share a like if you do enjoy this video, and do check out the other videos that are related to ClickUp and Dubsado on my channel as well. I'm sure you'll find tons of information that is going to support your business. So let's dive into today's video. Okay, so we are inside of the ClickUp Whiteboard feature, and as you can see, this is literally a view at the top. So if you're inside of a ClickUp task list and you do want to figure out where this is, just go to your views and you'll be able to see Whiteboard with the little new button next to it. Now, the good thing about all of these new features, or this particular new feature, is that everyone has access to it. Whether you're on a free plan or a paid plan, everyone has access to this, and you can see that it is in beta mode. So you can submit your feedback and you can share your comments. So that's just something good for you to note as well. So I'm going to be just literally messing around with this as we go. So we've got our menu options along the left hand side here. So we've got our select and move tool, so we can just pick things up and move them around. We can use the tool to just select everything at once. We can add in tasks, so this is pretty interesting. So if I start putting in tasks, we can start adding them in. So again, I can select my move tool, my hand tool. I can zoom in and out, so that's pretty cool. So I can see exactly what's going on. So if we make this task, say, the central focal point, let's see what else we have. So we have options for draw. We can expand and decrease the cursor point. So let's see, we've only got certain colors that we can use here. So I'm just going to stick to yellow. It's my branding. So we can start to almost mind map certain things. Now, if you do make a mistake, how do we undo it? That's a good question. Okay, you'll simply highlight that option. So, okay, cool. So you can just highlight it. And actually, I am not reselecting this move. So as you can see, if I'm just moving things around, and then that's just fine. And it goes back to that. So that's the draw tool. Then we've got our different boxes. So we've got different box shapes. So if you do a lot of process mapping, I personally use Miro or Whimsical. Whimsical right now is my platform of choice. I really love how it works. So if you do use these types of process mapping tools, you can create your own shapes in here. We can write things down as well. So right, and we can change the size of it, so we can attach it to different areas here. So that's pretty cool. So we can have essentially start building out decision trees, which will be really great. So I'm just creating some different steps here so we can just get a feel for how this actually works together. And let's see what else that we have. So we do have the option for connectors as well. So we could use connectors here. Okay, so we can start to actually build out a bit of a workflow map. So those are our shapes, and then we have here in this section our sticky notes. So we can write in our notes. Now, what would be pretty cool is to know, is there rich text formatting? It doesn't seem to be. We can make it bold. We can add in our text features, additional labels. Now I can use my keyboard keys just to literally format this text. So I'm literally just doing, you know, Control B and Control I for bold and italics. So you can format it to a degree, and then we can bookmark. So we can actually paste a link to our whiteboard. So that's pretty cool. And we can also upload from our device. So we can upload images. So it really can be quite an intuitive ideas board for your team. So let's do something here and just to play around with this. So we could actually do a bit of process mapping inside of ClickUp. So let's just say that we want to build out, say, our business management hierarchy. So let's do that. So my main space is going to be my biz management space. So I want to organize all areas of my business. So I'm going to have a main space. Because my business is fairly small, I'm going to then just separate this out. So each folder that I want it to be is going to be reflective of a section or a department, or yeah, it's going to be reflective of a department in my business. So let's do operations, let's do sales, and let's do marketing. So then what we can do, if we're doing this from a process mapping perspective, I'm literally just going to restructure all of these. So that's great. Let's drag them across. I don't like the color pink. Let's switch this up as well. So I like how intuitive it moves, and it's very, very smooth with everything. What would be great is if we could have more text options. So right now, I can't change the size of the text. So that is definitely something I would love to be able to do. So I don't have an option to make the text bigger or smaller. So that's a little bit of a frustration. It's great that you can write within the shapes directly. I think that's pretty cool. I would love to be able to change the size of the text just a bit more. So it'd be great if they could bring in that rich text formatting that we find throughout ClickUp, bring it actually into this area. If I hit the / command key, it doesn't bring up the menu options. So that's also something of note. So I've actually added a text box, and if I do / command, it doesn't bring up anything for me. So that again would also be something I would love to see inside of this feature. So what I am going to do is say that this is a space level area, this is folders, and then I'm going to say task list. So that's how I'm going to structure. So the list view, so that's the list level. Perfect. So let's add in another shape here. We're limited on shapes, so that's okay for now, I guess. But if you are wanting to use this for much more extensive process mapping, you might not necessarily use these shapes. So for example, I don't necessarily use these shapes in, like this one I will. These are my decision trees, don't really use circles. So it would be great to have a few more options for the shape types that we can have. So on the list view, if I'm saying for my sales, I'm going to have my CRM pipeline list. Now this for me is linked from Dubsado, but I do bring in my leads from Dubsado into ClickUp here. If we add another one, and let's test something here. So it also doesn't allow you to duplicate. So this is really interesting, actually, being able to go through this actually in a video format with you guys and see what it can do, what it cannot yet do. I don't know if it means that it's a work in progress. Like I said, this is beta mode, but not being able to duplicate out the boxes as well. If you get them to the right size and format, then you can duplicate them. That is actually a super cool and super efficient feature to include as well. For operations, let's just say platform management, whatever that looks like in your business. And then for marketing, let's add in same circle shape, and we'll just pop in content planning. So we'll pop that in there. So that's my basic business management hierarchy. As you can see, to set it up literally took me just a few minutes, didn't take very long at all. So that's a definite plus and bonus. And now if I do want to start enhancing this a bit more, so if you don't want to use actually draw lines and things like that, perhaps you want to use more connections. So what might be weird is that the connections have arrows like front to front, end-to-end arrows. So that might be a little bit confusing. Let's try it with the view option or the draw option. And again, this is really just for creating ideas. So in this scenario, obviously that works. And you can see like this is your space level. These are the different folders. These will be your lists inside of your particular space. So that's what we're looking at. And then if you do want to add in your notes, for example, sticky notes. So let's add in some of those. You could say at space level. So these will be the statuses. This is actually quite a good planning feature. So if you want to figure out how to plan your upcoming spaces, I'm using this as an example, but then you could actually say, well, custom statuses for each list, or you might want to use standard statuses. So let's see, let's say for your sales pipeline, let's say custom fields might be name, job value, standard status points may just be lead, let's put them into nurturing, and okay, so these would be your status points for building out, say, for example, your CRM pipeline list. Let's remove at space level because that's confusing. And so you might just have a brain dump of these are the type of statuses that you want to use. These are the types of custom fields you want to implement. So yeah, this is really a great way for you to just customize and plan out your ClickUp structure inside of ClickUp, which is a little bit ironic. So again, you can always just switch up the colors so you can, really just customize this a lot more. I will say if you like to work very collaboratively, this is not a bad way to start doing that. It's definitely an area to just consider. You can just, customize this even more, just add some little underlines there. And then let's see if we made use. And then if you do want to add in documents, that's coming soon. Documents, lists, okay. So at the moment, it looks like you can only pull in tasks into your whiteboard. What's coming soon is that you'll be able to pull in lists, and you'll be able to pull in documents. This will be a game changer, I believe, when you can start pulling in documents, because if you are anything like me, I will brain dump into a document like there's no tomorrow. So being able to pull that into a whiteboard section would be absolutely incredible from a planning perspective. And if you want to use this with your team, if you want to use this with your clients, you will actually, I think that will be gold. So now at the top here, we've got who this is. So it belongs to myself. And in terms of the whiteboard view, that is pretty much where we're at. So we can't, I don't think we can export it. So I'm just going to pull in a link and see how that works. Right, I see. So now we can pull in links from external websites, external sources. We can see how that works. So, all in all, I do think it is intuitive for what it is. Do I think that there is definitely room for improvement and updates? Absolutely. But there are definitely ways where you can still make use of the whiteboard. So we do have some sharing and permissions. It looks like we can share this publicly. It looks like we can share this link. We can give permissions internally, copy the link as well. So I'm going to open this in an incognito window and see how this actually comes up. Okay, so I will need to log in. Right, so you can share a private link The public link is coming soon. Protect the view. You do need to upgrade to do that. Personal view. So those settings are relatively all the same. In this sense, really, we are using this space as a collaboration space. And what is cool, you can resize everything. So you can select everything, resize it, delete it, remove it. Now this view stays at the top here. So you'll be able to see it in your actual list when you do create the whiteboard view. You'll be able to see it. Obviously, if I move across into a different list, I won't see it anymore, but it will stay there at the top. So I will always be able to come back to that whiteboard view. So there you go, guys. This is a really quick walkthrough of how the whiteboard feature works. Like I said, this was me just going through it really quickly, for me just getting a feel on how this feature works inside of ClickUp. It definitely looks like it will be a lot more collaborative. They definitely are still working on this in the back end. There are still features that are there, which is labeled as coming soon. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other updates are to come. Hopefully ClickUp team doesn't take too long. There are definitely some areas of enhancement that I feel would actually make this so much more user-friendly, intuitive, mainly around the text, the formatting and styling of your actual whiteboard if you do want to use it for more robust process planning. If you're using this just as a brain dump and just to literally put your ideas to paper, this works so well. I believe that this is something that is quite ingenious. I know a lot of people don't necessarily want to use their project management with additional features such as this. I don't see why you cannot use both together if it is helpful for you, helpful for your team, helpful for your clients, and essentially at the moment, it is a free feature, so why not make the most out of it? What will be amazing is when they bring in the docs view into the whiteboard and allow you to pull in documents. I do believe that is going to be a game changer. So from me to the ClickUp team, you guys have done an amazing job on this. I'm super excited to see where it goes and how things progress. For those of you watching, drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you started to use it in your business? Do you not think it's actually necessary? I'd love to know what you are actually thinking about this new feature inside of ClickUp. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you who support this channel. If you have not yet subscribed, you can subscribe below. We publish new videos every single week, so you always come back for videos relating to ClickUp and Dubsado and how you can use them in your own online business. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.